No, yeah, I'm not saying one's like
it's
better
easy.
than the other.
Sometimes it's easier to be ignorant because once you know better.
I don't like that though. I don't like ignorance is bliss. Is like that's like the stupidest. Like that's like the worst.
I'm not saying it's
you know what I mean?
Good,
it's terrible.
But sometimes it's easier.
Yeah.
Like if you could be like, I didn't know that. It's like, okay, cool, you didn't know that. But now now that you do know. And you don't change. Now it's on you.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And it's gonna be harder to be like, damn, I am kind of a fucked up person.
Yeah.
You know,
all right, let me introduce the show.
All right. Have you started?
Yes.
You got me started.
There's some good behind the scenes stuff though. All right, let me turn this music.
Cut that shit off.
All right, we are back right here on another episode of Cloth Talk Podcast. I got a dope guest / co-host guest today. Unplanned, but it's happening. It's here. This is going to be a good one. I'm excited for this one. But before I introduce them, of course, got to shout out some people who support the pod. Back home in Philly, if you are in need of a personal chef, you need an event catered, if you just passing through Philly and you trying to try some good new food out there, hit up my man Joe with Joe Chef Life Catering LLC. Everything fresh, handmade to order, so tap in. Locally right here in Columbus, if you're trying to get right fit-wise, hit up Whitehall Nutrition Lounge. That is right off of Broad and Yearling. Get your workout on, get you some health teas, some shakes, supplements, take care of your body. That is Whitehall Nutrition Lounge. Out in Dayton, Ohio, shout out to my man Deontay Tatum. If you need any website designs done, some logo art, mixtape covers, brand design, whatever you need visually to represent your brand and or business, hit up my man Deontay Tatum with theflyeragency.com. Last but not leastly, down south, all the way in Jackson, Mississippi, shout out to my man Jamie Jenkins with HelloBlackManJournal.com. If you got sons, daughters, nieces, nephews, anything dealing with the youth, my man Jamie Jenkins started an organization called HelloBlackManJournal.com where he helps and educates the youth on expressing themselves through the art of journaling. So he has annual conferences out there. You can get some merch on the website. All the links will be in the description of this episode. All right, man, let me introduce these dope ass people who are here today, man. Let me get this man a proper introduction first and foremost. This man been working. I've been watching. This man been putting in the fucking work. Man, comedian extraordinary, writer, sketch artist, stand-up. I mean, he does it all, man. It's none other than Demetrius L. Jackson is on the show one time.
Hey, how we feeling, man? How you feeling?
And if you are watching on YouTube, right next to Demetrius, oh man, she held it down today. She held it down. We got some drinks flowing. We got some goodies upstairs, some snacks. She ran to the store, got some more what my man needed. While you holding it down today. The lovely, beautiful Autumn is on the show too. Guest hosting. Are you nervous right now?
That sounds like
Hi. There you go. All right, man. Let's get into it. We was having an interesting conversation behind the scenes about some racial dynamic stuff. I think that was pretty interesting. You didn't get to finish your point because I cut you off because I had to introduce the show.
I'm not gonna lie, I forgot what I was saying. You gotta catch me when you got me.
You wanna go back into it? That's gonna get you canceled.
Yeah.
You know, to be
Can I just add something though?
Go ahead.
I recently was accused of being racist.
Ooh.
And I didn't realize if you're a white person and you not racist and you've been accused of being racist, I feel for you because it ain't no real way to defend yourself. Because anything you try and say like as a rebuttal is like, oh, my grandma's white and I love white people. They be like, damn, bitch,
I donated to NAACP.
It's like the more and then I get to asking people and then I was just like, damn, I do sound racist, but I'm not. And it's like, oh, it's no real way to defend yourself against that.
That's true.
It's probably what you're saying.
People gotta vouch for you.
Yeah, it's probably what you're saying and how you said what you said though. What did you exactly say?
Okay, so
probably with some racist shit.
It was funny.
Okay.
Is what it was.
Do you remember what you said? It's the stereotype. Okay.
I'm pretty sure every white person ever said that.
Yeah, I thought it
they thought it was funny too.
I thought it was really hilarious. No, my kid's dad was getting married to a white woman. And they were talking about the wedding. And I said, oh, okay, what y'all having? What kind of food y'all having? And he told me. And I was like, oh, is it going to be seasoning? Like, should I bring seasoning?
Ooh.
But it was just a joke. He's like, I told you about that racist shit.
But that's not racist as much. That's a proven fact. Like, it's not the same.
And then I added on to it because I was like, because I got a big ass jar of mayonnaise. I know how they like it.
All right, now you crossed the line. You crossed the line with that
was
one.
it right there.
That's where they got you.
But I like mayonnaise.
You enjoy mayonnaise
Over Miracle Whip.
Yeah.
That's a good mayonnaise sandwich.
All right. Let's talk to Demetrius right now, man. Let's get into this guy's story, man, because this man is making a name for himself out there on the West Coast, San Diego, busting your ass.
Yeah, man.
Y'all go see some behind the scenes stuff. He got his own camera set up for people. Like, my man came prepared. He set up his own camera and everything. So, all right, let's start from the beginning, Demetrius, because first time on the show. Mm-hmm. So there's probably my listeners or audience probably like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah. Why do you keep shouting him out?
Like, who the fuck is this dude? So what I gather, you are a military kid, or as they call military brat. So you bounced around a lot.
Yeah, man.
And I was watching your interview on what's my guys' names out there?
Kick It Labs.
Kick It Labs. Is that me?
Is that me?
Oh no. But anywho, you were born in Japan.
Yeah, we were born in.
We'll edit that out.
Okay.
And this is why I don't go live. You see, you just asked me earlier why I
You
don't
gotta put that
go
one on
live.
vibrate, my
I
guy.
did have it on. I apologize.
It's
turned it
okay.
off.
No, man.
So born in Japan.
Yeah, man.
And then you go to Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I remember this. Japan, born in Japan, Arizona. Your mom leaves and she comes to Ohio.
Yeah, I went to New York between
New
there.
York.
After 9/11, I went to New York.
New York.
That's exactly where I wanted to go after 9/11.
Right. So, how did y'all do it for you at that young age? Did you understand what the fuck is going? Why do we why are we bouncing? Did you get it?
I got it because I was on military bases and I was around other military families. Okay. But it didn't really dawn on me what was happening until my parents split up. Because at that point my mom was out of the military and I didn't really, I don't know, you're just so young and so much is happening at once, you know? Like, I never went to a school more than 2 years in a row before I moved to Ohio.
Oh, shit.
That's why I say I'm from Ohio, because I don't know anyone before. Like, literally, up to that point, I moved here when I was 9.
9, okay.
I don't know anyone from before I was 9, other than my mom and dad and, family.
Jesus. So you claim Ohio.
So that's why I say I'm from Ohio. Even though I was born in Japan, and I lived in Arizona, been to California, lived in New York, even went to school in Long Island, New York City, but I'm from Ohio. This is where I became myself.
Wow.
Do you remember anything about Japan?
No.
I
was only 3 months when I was. Yeah, my dad likes to make a joke. I'm the most expensive souvenir he's ever bought.
Oh shit. Siblings?
I have one brother who's 100%. My younger brother.
Okay.
And then I have 3 younger siblings that are my dad's side.
Ah, okay.
So I got Jacob, who's my little brother. Logan is on my dad's side, the oldest.
Got you.
And then Aiden is in the middle, and then Ava is my sister, and she's 9.
Shout out to them.
Shout out to them.
Spread out from different places.
You the oldest?
Yeah, we were all born in different places. So yeah, and I'm the oldest of 5. Yeah, I was born in '96. I'm born in the late 1900s. Fucking assholes.
So you was the only one born in Japan?
Fucking kid. Yeah, I was the only one born outside of the country. I was born in Japan. My little brother Jacob's born in Arizona. My little brother Logan's born in New York City. My brother Aiden's born in North Carolina, and I believe Ava was also born in North Carolina.
Got you. Are you the only funny one in the family?
It's debatable, but yeah, I'd say yeah. No, it depends. My little brother's funny. My little brother Jacob's funny. My little brother Aiden is funny. Logan, not so much. Ava, to be determined.
Not to be determined.
She's 9. She's got time though.
Is there little signs there that she got it?
Yeah, she could be a bitch to my dad, which is hilarious. It's got potential. Shout out to Ava.
Yes.
My mom. So the thing is, my mom was never funny, and I'll tell that to her face all the time.
Damn.
She's not funny,
Jesus.
but my dad's funny. But my mom, what I give her credit for more than my dad about my humor. is she laughs a lot. She's a laughing type of person. Sort of, you are too, actually.
Yes, I love
you laugh. You know, there's people. If you get around people who appreciate laughter, then that encourages you to take the joke more.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I made that person laugh.
So I can do it again. I can try it again and again. Because that was my way of, you know, once my parents split up, I had to become like kind of like the man of the house, and that was my way of holding it all together.
Keeping it fun and joyful.
Because I don't have power over my little brother. I mean, we're 18 months apart.
Right.
You know, at some point, whatever, he's just gonna pick up a weapon and hit me. You know, I'm not gonna win every fight.
Right.
So, and you know.
Let me be funny.
Yeah. So just trying to be funny, and I don't know, just people at school too. Like I never had friends before I was 9 years old. I mean, I had people I met and shit.
Yeah.
But when I left and picked up, like there was no social media or anything when I was growing up. I'm born in '96.
Right.
So it's like they're gone forever, bro.
Yeah, it's like, well, good meeting you.
I actually wish I could go back and like I lost a lot of documents, like even my original birth certificate from Japan in a flood in like 2011 or something like that. Like maybe even earlier, 2009, something like that. Right when we moved here, our basement flooded and just destroyed all of my old documents.
Damn.
Because my brother was still relatively young. He was like 7 or 8 when we moved here. But you know, by the time I'm 9 or 10, that's a decade out of my life. The beginning half, like pictures, a lot of that stuff is all gone.
Damn.
You know? It's like, but the yearbooks. So like all those people who I have some slight memory of, they're gone now, bro. You know, I have no real connection to any of my life before I moved to Ohio.
That's crazy. Yeah. So you're pretty much beginning is like you remember everything when you arrived here.
I mean, I remember stuff. Like I remember going, you know, and being in living in New York. Like we lived in this shitty ass little duplex. And
what are we talking, Bronx?
I lived in Long Island.
Long Island. Okay,
but it was like a house. And the basement had been renovated. Actually, it was pretty much exactly like where we're at right now. Okay. But imagine you just had this. That was it.
Oh, shit.
And then you guys shared the living room, and then they had the upstairs. You know,
that was it.
It was like, yeah, and it was a family of 4, and my dad occasionally let people stay with him. So it was just kind of like crowded in New York. I remember that. I remember like, you know, the military base growing up. I remember 9/11, like, because my mom was crying. You know, like I walked in and I was like, damn, this must be a really crazy TV show or something. Like, what's going on? Why is this bitch crying? Like,
why are you watching this?
The fuck, you know? And she's like, but then my dad was gone already, you know? He was already gone, and then, like, he pretty much took off. Like, right after that, it was kind of like a blur.
And well, you know what? It probably hit different because he was in the military. Like, dang, what's going to happen next?
Yeah, he went to war. My dad went to Iraq twice.
I would say, did he go he had to fight in the war?
He fought 2 tours. So.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, dude. So, and then after that, you know, we moved to New York right after, and then. So I remember here and there, like I remember, you know, like growing up, like little friends we had, but it's just I don't have any contact with anyone, you know, like. And even if I did talk to them right now, what we have in common, like.
Right, you a fucking kid.
Yeah, I was a kid.
Remember we was younger?
All right.
Exactly.
That sucker.
You remember 9/11?
That was a hoop.
Where were you in 9/11? Oh, I was right next to you, actually. Like, there's nothing there, you know. So that's the thing. I don't really. That's why I say I'm from Ohio, and I come back and show so much love here. Yeah. This is really where like my first home was. I went to. I came here. I went to what was it, like MRE? I forget it was like Montessori Renaissance Academy or something like that. It was some.
What side of Columbus is that?
I'm from the north side of Columbus.
North side of Columbus. Okay.
I grew up over like Linden area. You're not from here, right?
I know where that is.
You know where
I love that side. Yeah. But I don't know. I'm low key thinking I might be a hood rat because I'm like, ooh, this.
Yeah, I'm from the streets.
You was impressed.
Yeah, she's like, ooh.
No, you know what though? In Akron, the hoods is like separated. Like when you in the hood, you know you in the hood. Here, you gotta discover.
Yeah, no. When I first moved here, it was the same way. Like when I first moved here, like it was so much different. You know, like now it's gentrified, bro. For real, that's just real.
It's way different from when you lived there.
Y'all niggas got white people.
Somebody running through an alley. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. Y'all got white people jogging up Cleveland Avenue, bro.
Like, that wasn't happening when you was growing up.
They are fearless.
Only people jogging up Cleveland Avenue was crackheads. That was it.
It was a crackhead
7 a.m. on the dot.
Google me entertained for sure.
No, it was different, man.
Okay, so people who watch it on YouTube, they can see that. Okay, what is this guy? Like they're probably looking at you, busy, like, what's going on here? Yeah, man. So biracial. So who's black and who's white?
My mom's black.
Mama's black.
Yeah.
You know,
Dad's white as fuck.
Your dad probably has some game.
Yeah, he's a ginger. So Dad's a ginger.
Put that shit on her.
Yeah. But my mom is like tall as fuck too. So.
Is she?
Yeah, so it's like it's like a funny dynamic of like.
Is he shorter than her?
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
So if we see them together, we like that's an odd couple.
It's like a 4-inch difference. It's not even like
Dang,
it's a decent amount of.
No, but I will say, you said your dad is funny. Yeah. If you make me laugh, I'll be willing to overlook a lot of shit.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Well, physically, she was already overlooking a lot of shit because she's like 5 fucking feet.
For real, like if you can make me laugh, I'm like,
yeah.
Oh wow, okay. So let me ask you this, because that's interesting. Growing up, did you? Because I hear this from a lot of biracial kids, people who are biracials, that they had or have had difficulty identifying themselves. Like growing up younger, did you battle with that? Like, oh, who am I? What am I? Am I? What group do I fit in? Do I hang with the black kids? Do I hang with the white kids? Like, did you wrestle with that?
I always hung out with the black kids. But then, like at some point, I realized I wasn't accepted by the traditional black sphere. So like
they didn't fuck with you.
Nah.
The light skin.
Niggas wearing zip up shoes. Like I remember, I was still wearing zip up shoes, Nikes when I got here, and I got roasted so hard. Like, this nigga still wearing zip ups. What are you in kindergarten? Pushed me on the ground. Like, oh my god, I've never experienced. So I was like, I'm out of here. So I didn't hang out with
welfare.
Yeah, I was hanging out with like the black kids who were like smart, or not smart, I won't say that, but like the black kids who were like nerdy, like anime. Like I was into that a long time ago. Yeah, I was watching Inuyasha and shit. Like,
I love that show.
Yeah, I was into stuff like that. You know, like I've always been an outcast, man. I've always like even in high school, I didn't. Like people always get on me because I never dated a lot of black girls, right? I dated like I lost my virginity to a black girl.
Okay.
But I dated a lot of like. That's an accomplishment. It is Rhea.
Shout out to Rhea.
Shout out to Rhea.
Gave me some coochie.
But then like after that, you know, I started just dating all these other girls because like I don't know, I've never been traditional, like the traditional black dude. You know, I've never been accepted, and it's not even like it's like like now I don't care. I'm just like, well, you know, I have black friends and like my family is black. You know, they, you know, obviously. I know black people and I understand the culture and shit because I grew up in it. Right. But like I went to Mifflin, you know what I mean? I was never gonna. I went to Mifflin High School. Like I went to the hood ass high school, and I'm a light skinned kid wearing skinny jeans, and like it just didn't. You know what I mean?
They didn't accept you.
It just was like, bro, who is this kid? And the curly hair, like I had fucking. They would always compare me to Drake and like, oh, are you gonna cry and all this stuff, you know? And it was just.
God.
Yeah, it was fine. It was just like hurtful. I never really like didn't accept myself. You know, that was the thing. Like I didn't accept the white side of me. So like I stopped listening to like 90s alternative. That's what I grew up on. Like I didn't listen to rap until I moved to Ohio. Never listened to any rap. Like not really. You know? Real? Not really. No.
Holy shit.
Like my mom listened to like R&B.
Okay.
But like no like hip hop. You know, not really. Like so. Like I was late to like going back and listening to what 50 Cent was actually saying, like DMX songs. Because if I heard it on the radio, it was one thing, but like if it didn't play on the radio, I just didn't hear it.
So you had to go back and revisit a lot of shit.
A lot of shit. Like I remember my cousin Cam, he made me a mixtape. He made me 3 mixtapes. Like you know, he used to burn CDs. Because I'm fucking old. So
I remember CD days.
Shout out to LimeWire.
Shout out to LimeWire one time.
Viruses.
Yep. Fuck your computer up.
Shutting computers down around the country.
Yeah. So he made me one. It was Chingy. It was like Chingy's first album. He was like, you gotta hear this. I was like, okay, you're right. It was pretty good. Pretty solid.
So Chingy was the first. Boom, there you go.
Chingy was the first one. The second one was like, I think it was fucking Tyga or some. No. It wasn't Tyga.
Had to be Ludacris.
No, it was. Well, I know the other one was Young Money. It was Young Money Family because I'm the biggest Drake fan. I love Drake. Okay. I love him. You know, because he was taking the light skin shade way back when I was taking it. So
like, one of my people.
I get what he's going through. And I want to say, that Drake, right?
He's one of me.
There was another one I don't even remember, but it was some hood shit and. It was a Gucci Mane mixtape. So he's like, you got to hear all of these to really like hear what's going on. And
you got to get cultured.
Right. Because I mean, this is my he's black. You know what I mean? So he's like, this is what you got to hear. You know? And that's what people like. Even when I go up on stage, I try to express it like not necessarily by saying like, yeah, nigga, what, nigga, what.
Yeah, try to be like, over with it.
I just by talking about what I'm talking about and kind of like letting people know from both sides, you know, like that's kind of what I do. And even just the way I speak, you know, it's like you can tell, like I know what the fuck I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Like it's not like I'm not just like capping, you know, like I really did grow up here, bro, and I know, like especially my formative years, you know, like 3rd grade all the way till 12th grade. You know, sorry.
So when do you think you started like coming into who you are and like being more comfortable?
8th grade, 7th and 8th grade, end of 7th grade summer, all the way until 8th grade, and like all the way through, and then by 9th grade I knew like I wanna be like some type of entertainer of some sort. I didn't really pursue it per se, but like I entertained people in class. I used it to get my girlfriends and entertain my girlfriend because, you know, like you said, you know, when you said earlier.
Laugh the panties off.
Exactly. Like that was working for me all the way in 7th grade. So I'm like I was getting,
on to something.
7th grade summer. Yeah, dude, I was wilding out, you know? And so like, I don't know, it just worked. Whatever I wanted, I used humor to get there. And I don't know, I didn't like initially, like I started making music at first, but I was like, that's not going to work.
You tried the music thing first?
It's not natural. Not natural.
I'm done.
Right. Where do you stand on with, because this is a tricky position, I would think, if I was biracial to be in. Where do you stand on with the N-word?
Oh, I say it all the time.
Right, clearly I know, but like, was it what before you start like? Should I say that?
No, I never thought that though. Like growing up, I had like all my friends were black, and then my friend Miguel was Mexican. Him and his family was the only Mexican family. So like he would bring all the other Mexicans around, but it was, and he would say it too.
Okay.
So it's like well, if this Mexican nigga saying it, I know damn well I can say it.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm fucking good, dude. And no one ever questioned me.
I'm gonna say, did people try to check you like, yo, homie, chill? You can't say you ain't one of us.
Because they would always see my mom drop me off, and my mom was darker than you, so it's like, you know, my mom is from here. Like she grew up in Columbus too.
So no one tried to like check you on that shit.
Nah, like, and even when I was younger, she worked at the school, so it was just like, you know, like when we first moved here, she worked at the school. You know, it was like, everyone knew like, oh. Yeah, he's light skinned, but his mom is not light skinned at all. Like it was just
very dark woman.
Yeah, and people would be surprised, like, because my mom would come up to the school. You know what I mean? And eventually the secret would get out, and people would be like, oh, this kid is not. Just because he's light skinned doesn't mean he's raised necessarily like white. You know what I mean? And that's when people knew, like, okay. By 9th grade, everybody knew, like, he's just, and there wasn't a lot of mixed kids. It was like, yeah, like either you Somalian, you Mexican, what are you? And I'm like, no, I'm just half black, half white. Right. So I would always, okay, you black then. You know what I mean?
They just lump you in, like,
especially because my dad wasn't here. My dad was in the military, so it was like, yeah,
everybody just seen your mom.
You one of us.
Yeah.
And it was like, I was broke as fuck too, so it was like, I wasn't stunting on nobody. Like, nigga, I live in the fucking hood. I live in the hood. I live in a worse neighborhood than you do. What the fuck are you talking about?
I have the black experience.
Yeah, like I said, yo, I'm stunting on these Somalians. Nigga, I'm blacker than you. I swear to God, I am more African American than you. You African, but you're not African American. It's a difference, bro. Yeah. Like,
okay, so
because I went to Horizon, like from 7th grade all the way to 10th grade. So it was like Somalians. Yeah, very definitive. That's what I was trying to say earlier. I never once I got into once I had sex with my first black girl, I didn't have sex with a black girl for a very long time. I was fucking like African girls, like Ghanaian. I dated a Ghanaian girl. I dated an Egyptian girl.
Damn.
I dated a fucking girl from Somalia. Yeah, hey, I like that. Hey, this nigga the United Nations.
Equal opportunity.
Yeah, back in the day though. Way back in the day though.
Good
White
times.
girls. I never bagged a Hispanic girl until like I got out of high school.
That was later.
Yeah, and then, you know, of course, Cali and shit, but, you know, my girl now is from Colombia, so.
Hey, look at you.
Well versed.
Right. Okay. So fast forward. So when did it get to the point where you realized, like, you know what, I may have something with this comedy shit?
I made memes, bro.
Like,
I made memes. And
memes was the first thing.
I was 18 years old, and I remember being at Joe's Crab Shack. I was working.
Joe's Crab Shack. The beloved Joe's Crab Shack. I
was at the Trap Shack, man, and you know. I put a meme out, and I was just fucking around and shit. I would just make them because I was fucking stoned and shit. Like, I started smoking weed when I was like fucking 12, bro.
Jesus Christ. God damn.
Yeah, so I just been kind of blowing forever.
How does a 12-year-old get his hands in some weed?
Shit, talk to my mom. So
Jesus.
You gotta be more careful.
Yeah. So I made memes originally, and I would just fucking put them out and like whatever, and just like have fun with my friends. And, like, you know, Snapchat just came out not that long ago. We would take pictures of each other and like caption it, send it to each other, just like fucking around. And I put this meme out. It was like 4 different cars, and it was like they were all shitty as fuck. And it was like when a bitch says she owns her own car, this is the car she got, and they were all fucked up. It just went insane, and
it took off.
I remember like I was driving to work and my phone kept ringing. I was like, what the fuck? And it was all Facebook. This is kind of weird, so I put it on silent. And you used to have to put your phone away at Joe's. So I came back, and I think it had like 200 shares when I put it away. I was like, that's kind of crazy. And then I came back on break, and it had like 7,000 shares. I was like, oh shit.
You was feeling yourself.
I was like, oh wow, this never happened before. Like I didn't know this was possible. So I was like, oh shit, I didn't know I could just put something out and like it went crazy. And then by the end of the day, it had like over 20,000, and it went on to go like, and this is back in 2017. It went on to go and get like 160,000 shares. Yo. And I put out other content, and all that was going up too.
That's crazy. I was like,
oh wow, I kept putting out memes. All that was going up too. Like I had one get 15,000 shares over here, one get, and people were saying like, oh bro, like your shit's going up. Like people were commenting like, oh that's crazy. Like people I know. And that's when I knew like, oh this is real. When the outside world, like the real world, that I go to work and everybody's talking to me about it. And I'm like, oh wow, that's kind of crazy.
Why are you in my business?
Yeah, well, I was just like, wow, like I didn't know this was possible. But one ended up getting 500,000 shares, and that's when I knew like,
God damn.
That's when I knew like, okay, this is onto something. But my Facebook ended up getting shut down because this is around that time when you would put stuff out and they would shut your shit the fuck down.
Oh yeah, they were quick to shut you down.
So I still got it to this day, but now it's locked, and that's why my real name is Demetrius Christman. Oh. But Demetrius L. Jackson's like a moniker I used on Facebook for my memes. So that's like the stage name? For my memes.
For the...
Just in case it never came back to me, I didn't want to get in trouble, because I still had a real job, dude.
Right.
So...
You got the drug dealer of the comedy world.
Got an alias. I was like, yeah, Demetrius L. Jackson. I was just high as fuck one day. And honestly, I got reported so many times, it won't let me change it now. So I just linked it to my Instagram as Demetrius L. Jackson. That's why it's still Demetrius L. Jackson to this day. So I just put my TikTok, everything's Demetrius L. Jackson now. But it was originally because I would put out these memes and it got my shit locked.
So how did you transition from that to stand up?
I didn't. So my shit got blocked and I got really discouraged and I stopped posting and stuff. And got really sad. Yeah. It got really sad. So
Funny,
then
I didn't.
I moved to California like on something else because my dad
I was wondering like, how the hell did you end up in San Diego?
He owned a dispensary. So we started a dispensary in 2019 and then like it got super big during the pandemic and we sold in 2022. So we got bought out. So now, we just, nice. I'm pursuing comedy full time.
Yeah, so you good.
But in the meantime, like, so there was like a year where the dispensary wasn't open, and I was just in California, kind of like waiting in the water, waiting for it to get open because the licensing and all that extra stuff is just so much, And so in that time, I picked up stand-up comedy because I knew I was funny. I've always been funny. It's just, and I would get these memes that go viral. So I'm like, I got something. Right. I just gotta figure it out.
So you just went to like a comedy club and just was
so there was this guy, sort of. There was a guy who was like locally known, and he kind of did stand up, and so he kind of was like, I would make him laugh, and like we would always hang out at work at Joe's because I got transferred to the Joe's. I was still working at Joe's. I got transferred. Yeah, I worked there for a long fucking time. 5 years. I was working at Joe's Crab Shack. I was Steak and Shake, Joe's Crab Shack, and then the dispensary. I haven't had a lot of jobs really. Denny's. That was like I had them at the same time. And fuck Denny's. That was the worst job I've ever had in my entire life.
I love Denny's.
Yeah, worst job ever. So, what was I talking about?
So you bouncing off jokes with the man who's a stand-up at jobs. So he pretty much talked you into like, yo, man, you need to try.
He's like, you might as well try it. So he took me down to the Madhouse Comedy Club, which I have a regular spot at now, and he just, you gotta fucking try it, He got me on stage, and that was 2019.
Holy shit.
And I just kept at it, even during the pandemic, and I had honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I had a lot of love during the pandemic. Like I had a couple videos get like on TikTok like 200,000. And then, I had one that went up all the way to 1 million, basically.
So your social media game was just killing it.
And this was a year into stand-up. So I was actually getting booked on shows there in LA now because I had videos going viral. So that was the thing. It was a blessing and a curse. Yeah. Because I was only 1 year in, and they're booking me for 15 minutes.
Right. Oh,
15 minutes.
You're like, I gotta come up with some material.
I had 2 minutes. I didn't have any minutes.
Oh, shit.
Right. So, but I still did it, and that was like my first big growth stage because I did 8 weeks. And that was when I got my first big boo. Like the biggest boo probably I've ever had in my entire career.
Shit, that was gonna be one of my next questions because like I'm thinking like along the lines of what Otto just asked, like that first show, that shit as a like from an outsider watching a stand-up comedian work, because I go to a lot of stand-up shows, watching a comedian work, that shit looks terrifying. Number one, you're on stage by yourself.
Yeah, I love it.
One microphone, and the crowd is just looking like.
Make me laugh.
That shit looks fucking terrifying. Yeah. That first show, you had to be like, like.
I was nervous. I was
like, it's not nervous. Like, come on, like, what was you feeling like? Yo, I'm about to really go up here and try to like make random motherfuckers just laugh.
Yeah, like, I just didn't.
I would be sweating in my boots.
I didn't think of it that much, bro.
I'm like, yo, can I get off stage? Like, this shit is terrifying.
I used to be really nervous, but. And I was really nervous for the first 3 years.
Man, that shit looks terrifying. But
now, I don't know. I just, in the last year, honestly, I've been going on stage with no material and just throwing myself into the water. You see it on my page. When I just do crowd work. I just go in there today. What do you guys do for a living? How's your day going so far?
I will say, for the people who haven't seen it, go check out the Instagram. Your crowd work. Yeah. Like, it's like you go right in. Yeah. Like it's just boom. Like I identified people. Boom. We about to. It's about to happen.
Exactly. And that's what. And people have started knowing that that's happening, so they come out for it to happen. So it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. It works. Like,
so did the crowd work build like confidence?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like going on stage with no material.
Gotcha.
Comedians are so afraid to do that like
I don't see how y'all do that shit, man.
It's like let me ask you a question though.
Fuck that.
Let me ask you a question though.
I can't do it.
If you think you can be a professional comedian, you should be funny, right?
Yes, 100%.
So how can you not be funny spontaneously?
Good point.
That's my question.
Good point. That's a good point.
And it's not even like, it doesn't even have to be improv, but it's just, if you're
funny
listening to people talk, you should be able to make them laugh. And I just don't understand how, like I get it. I used to be super nervous, but now that I'm on the other side of it, it's like, it improves you so much by going on. Yeah, as a comic, you just get so much better if you actually go with no material.
I also feel like a lot of times people don't really have the ability to see the humor in things, but once you point it out, like they'll be like, like that is kind of funny.
And you don't, when you're doing crowd work, you don't have to like, it's not rocket science, bro. Like not necessarily saying I'm like a master, but it's like you're saying, like if it's there, just point it out. Like you gotta
like,
be able to.
All y'all see, I don't want to say it.
Exactly. Because I'm not saying you got to do a whole like 20 minutes of crowd work. That's not what I'm saying.
That's overkill.
Right, but it's just like if somebody's heckling you. You got to be able to handle that, Like if the crowd is like bored and there's like a bunch of people that are just doing jokes and nobody's laughing at jokes, like you got to be able to identify that and like reset.
So it's only funny if you can relate to it, and if you can relate to it, it's some level of truth to it. And it's like people don't really want to admit certain things, like they think certain things are funny because it's not correct. You point it out, they're like, oh shit, that is funny. You got a gimpy leg.
So let me ask you this, and we're gonna take a break after this question because we gotta play some music and all that stuff. So when you step out on stage, right, and you got your set or your material ready, but you see someone in the front row, you like, I got to. I got to. It's right there. It's too easy.
I don't even. I do it. I go for it.
You go for it.
I don't
do you
look
stop
at it like
yourself
that.
sometimes?
I don't look at it like that. It depends.
Like,
it depends.
Let me let him live.
Like,
I ain't gonna do it like that.
Depends
on they need it.
They need it. What if it's like a couple that's on the first date?
Oh, I have the test.
See how they take it.
I don't care who it is. Yeah, I don't care who it is.
I'm about to build your relationship.
Because I see one clip you was asking. You had one couple and they were sitting right in the front, and you was asking them like, so this is your first time together, first time out together, or how long they been dating? It was like pretty early for them. And I could hear the guy, like when you was asking questions, like it just sounded like he just kept shrinking and shrinking and shrinking. Like it felt like he was embarrassed, but you was just like going there.
Fuck that.
Like, oh, like that poor guy, like damn. But it's part of. But you're not. It's not that you do
I'm not
it.
Malicious.
Yeah, I want to say, I want to preface that. Like, you're not doing it in a malicious way. It's funny, it's entertaining. You're engaging with them. You're just asking them questions.
They came to me.
Right.
You came to me.
It's like fresh meat.
Yeah, like, you came to me.
So you don't pull back the punches.
Yeah, no. I feel because people know what they're getting into. People know, and if
never sit in the front row of the comedy show, guys.
Exactly. And I attack the back row. You scared? I do that. You see, I'm like, you.
Think you was hiding back there? Everybody can get it.
Especially if it's like a dark corner. I love that shit. Like you in the pedo corner back there. I see you.
Peeping.
Oh man. Okay. All right. So much more to talk about, man. We're gonna take a quick break. We gotta play some music. Demetrius, let the people know where they can find you at. Remaining tour dates left. Go ahead and plug those and all that good stuff.
See, 8/18.
Yeah.
8/18, August 18th. I'm gonna be in Los Angeles, California. I'm gonna be at the Fourth Wall Cafe. It's like a comedy cafe, LA.
Yeah.
8/21, August 21st. I'm gonna be in Oceanside, California, Oside Bar and Grill. Mm-hmm. And then September 7th, I'm gonna be in Kearny Mesa or San Diego. I'm gonna be at the Mic Drop Comedy Club.
Nice. And to my impromptu guest host today, Autumn. Where could the people follow you at? Now.
Follow me on Instagram at Demetrius L. Jackson.
Yes,
same on TikTok, same on Facebook, Demetrius L. Jackson everywhere. And then YouTube, Coastal Comedy Network. It's my comedy sketch page. Everything on there I wrote and produced and edited myself.
Woo! Yeah, we're going to talk about more of that and definitely come back. Autumn, where could the people find and connect with you at? You on now.
I'm on now.
You did it to yourself.
I'm horrible on social media.
Oh, shit.
If you're
Demetrius to get together.
If you're looking, you can find me on Instagram at Forever Pepe, Forever_PEP _E, and Facebook on Amber Brown. I had to change it to an alias because I had a little stunning situation.
Man, both of y'all got aliases.
Yeah.
You don't need to know my real name.
You know who I am? I got warrants.
Oh, shit.
I'm on the run.
Please don't be on the run. This whole, your whole half will have to be cut out the show.
No, I'm pretty good.
All right. If y'all fuck with the episode so far, make sure y'all like, subscribe, comment, share this episode. Cloth Talk Podcast, everything that's on YouTube, whether you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeart, all those platforms. Make sure you tap in, follow, subscribe. We'll be right back. Don't go nowhere.
One thing I like about me is I'm still nice. 25 years in, this what it feel like. Built like everything from home I absorb. Without me, the city'll be bored. This ain't that Robbie that you niggas went to school with. Shotty said kill him, fuck the cool shit. Excuse me for my rudeness, but I know you don't fuck with me for real, so I don't be around to be fooled with. I was counting sour cream, me mugging with your bitch. Used to want a yellow Hummer on my busy bone shit. We was Slaughterhouse before Shady, crazy you forget. So I'm going Super Contra on my McIntyre kick. Ohio mob, moving like the mob. Slap a rapper like I'm mob. Still TOG the squad. Cocky as you expect, still moving like a god. Funny I made it out against the odds. I think I missed $1 million off my words, cause I was busy trying to kick breakfast out of bird. Freestyles on roll laugh, jumping off the curb. Trust I'm as reckless as you heard. You niggas got some nerve. This gon' make a lot of niggas mad. I'm Dame D Nice, Trap Davis with the stab. Somebody tell Dion I'm back in my bag. The best shit Ohio's ever had.
We are back right here on Cloth Talk Podcast. Demetrius L. Jackson is here. He said, you don't need to know my real name.
Yeah, man, I got a whole alias.
Right. Co-host holding it down with me today, man. Autumn is here. Oh, I forgot. What drinks we got going on? I forgot to tell him what you hooked up for us today. What we got going on today? Because you came and hooked it up.
That's a Pretty Tony.
Pretty Tony.
Yeah, that's a Pretty Tony. I just made that up right now. Yeah. All it is.
Yes, a Pretty Tony.
Pretty Tony.
What consists in the Pretty alias. Tony? Break it down for the people.
It's lemonade, pineapple orange juice, Patron, some grenadine, and I think that's it. And lemonade.
There's some orange juice in here. Oh, that's mine. I just made that.
Yeah, you made that.
I just made that.
But it was it was like I get it from Kroger. It's a pineapple orange juice. It's pineapple and orange juice.
Simple.
Just simple.
I like it. I love it.
I should have had an umbrella.
That would have been the final. No, that's too.
I like the fruit. I think the fruit.
That's enough.
All right,
you can eat the fruit. Cool. Yeah, it was perfect. It was perfect.
All right.
You gonna like when you come back. Some more shit. Don't compliment me now I'm on the road. Yeah. What you like? I'm gonna get it.
I bet. Casamigos. As long as Casamigos, that's what I'm sipping.
All right, man. The hardest comedian working right now in San Diego area, man. You work your ass off, man. On tour right now. What's been the best part about this tour that you're on right now? This tour run, because you everywhere right now.
Just working out the new material and just like kind of seeing what you guys are talking about out here, man.
So you're like gathering information.
Yeah, and taking it back to San Diego because this is where I got my funny from.
Right.
And even since I've been here, man, I've probably written like at least 5 to 10 new jokes of just like.
So you're also getting inspired too.
I'm super inspired. I mean, the Lizzo situation happened like right when I got on the plane.
I needed this.
Right.
Inspirational shit right there, man.
Okay, I love it. So I wanted to ask you this, right? Like, cause you are a writer. You're a writer. Like you really do that. You got your own sketch production company and everything. You're telling me behind the scenes, your whole team, 10 plus of y'all coming together with these sketches and stuff.
I don't have that many employees, you guys.
He's lying.
That's not employees. These niggas just,
they just there.
They work for me, but I don't pay them.
Voluntary services.
Hey man, welcome to Hollywood, bro. Hey.
They get paid in recognition.
There you go.
If we make it big, I'll pay you. But until then, I ain't got shit to pay you with, bro.
Right. So I'm gonna get back to the sketch comedy writing. But writing a joke for stand-up on a stage, right? What's your process of writing a joke, and how do you know before you go on the stage with that material or that joke, how does a comedian know this joke is going to work? How do you know a joke is going to work or not?
So to answer that question, you never know it's going to work.
Until you try it.
You never know.
And then you know you bombed. That's when you know it's
That's what the open mic is for.
So open mics.
Yeah, that's what the open mic system for.
So when you're writing it, are you like, I think it's funny, but let me see what they think.
And to clarify, this tour is a mix of shows and mics. So I did some open mics to kind of like warm up, and also to give people an opportunity to see me, because I've never been out here. So it's like, it doesn't hurt for you to see me warm up. I still think people will appreciate that and see the new stuff before it goes online, before it goes to all because I'm not going to do the newest stuff at a comedy club that I'm trying to get in good at. It's like I'm going to do the A-hitting stuff.
There you go.
The heavy hitting stuff, but so it was a mix of multiple things to try to like get as much exposure as possible. But to answer that question, you never know it's gonna work.
You never know.
But I will say, as far as me writing a joke, I used to do it like I would wait until I said something funny. Like say we did this podcast, I'll watch it over. Oh, okay, you laughed right there. Okay, I'll and look for punchlines in that. But now I've been watching the news a lot and trying to like write every day. And talk about what's going on around me. So I'll watch different news sites, whether it's NBC Nightly News, Fox News, because that shit is fucking hilarious sometimes. Or even like Al Jazeera, like very neutral. I watch all types of news sources, and then from there I'll try to like find articles and okay, that's funny. Okay, and just write an opinion on it. And I'll just sit there in front because I don't have a fucking job, so I'm just like,
nothing but time.
I'm trying to make
shit to do.
Exactly. Well, I do have something to do, and I'm trying to find a way to like get into a rhythm of where I could do this all day. That's basically what I'm trying to do right now. Like even sitting in my hotel room waiting to go up, like in Indianapolis. I don't know anyone here, so I'm just sitting in my hotel room, kind of just watching the news, flipping through. And I try not to get on my phone. I try to watch what's on TV because that's mainstream. So if it's mainstream, the general public will know about it. So that's why like Lizzo is so big, or like even the Montgomery brawl,
I love that.
Oh,
exactly,
man.
like that.
That's got to be golden material for a comedian.
Yeah, exactly. Like situations like that, or it's like, but you still have to come up with an opinion.
That's different from other comedians too. Because have you ever dealt with like, he stole my joke, or damn, that was my shit. Like I thought about that.
I mean, I've been in situations where like somebody said a joke similar, and I must have heard it in passing or something, and I kind of like wrote a punchline similar, but it was like he brought me to the side, like, hey, I got something similar. It happens. Like, it just happens, when you guys are doing so many shows together and you're kind of fucked up, you know what I mean? You're lit all the time, and like somebody's on stage and you're outside, like talking, having a conversation, and you just kind of hear it in the background, it like internalizes in your head, and you go home, you're writing every day. It happens. Like, parallel thinking does happen. So I've been in that situation, and I've also been on the other side of it, where this guy, this guy in LA, like blatantly stole my joke. I used to have a joke. I'd rather
Good weed, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, you heard the whole inhalation of that cough right there. That shit sounded like a tornado right there.
But a guy stole your joke verbatim.
He stole my joke verbatim.
Damn.
In LA, like I was walking up and he was saying it the next week, and it was a joke. I'd rather a bitch give me chlamydia than bed bugs. That was the joke, and that's so specific. It's not like a punchline. It's because like sometimes you'll say like like basically the punchline that I lifted from the other guy was like. It was something along the lines of like, I'd rather you do this than that, type of situation. But it was so similar, but it was like also, it's not like I couldn't have came up with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd rather you, or I think it was like, I'm your older brother. I know what's good for you. I think that was the punchline. And so it was something along those lines where it's like, it wasn't like I was directly stealing from him, but it was just, he had a punchline that was similar. Yeah. And since we're in the same vicinity, I don't even want to get close to that. So we just had the conversation, and it's like, okay, just drop it because I'm a writer, so I just came up with a new punchline. It ended up being a way better punchline. So it's like I don't even care, But like me and him had an adult conversation about it, and that's all it takes. But then like I come on stage and the next week he's literally saying my bit. Like that's so specific. I'd rather bitch give me chlamydia than bed bugs. Have you ever heard anyone say that ever in their entire life?
That's like we're.
So did you confront him like, bro, we just...
Didn't even confront him, bro. Because everyone already knew what it was. Because I had already been coming to that club for that was when I was doing LA, 8 weeks in a row. And like, it's just so specific that if you had already heard that from this light-skinned dude saying it, why is this dark-skinned dude now all of a sudden on stage saying it out of nowhere? Yeah. And it's pretty... it's just so similar,
So you didn't have to.
I didn't have to. I didn't have to confront him because everyone already had my back. Because it's like not cool. You know what I mean? That's like, I would hate to compare it to this, but it's like rape. Like it's like that bad. Like if you steal someone's jokes,
because that's like your
off
goal.
Stage,
that's
it's one thing to like see a meme and kind of like, like one time I was on stage and this girl, she basically was saying like, oh, she supported her boyfriend like getting his friend addicted to cocaine, and then like she was dating that guy. And so she left that guy for the boyfriend that she was with then. And I was like, oh, these bitches is hoes. That's what I said, but that's from like a meme or something. But it also just applied, So like that one, that kind of is like a little bit different, where it's like, first of all, rarely you're gonna see a comedian say to a woman's face, "These bitches is hoes,"
Right.
So it's like that itself is still funny, and I still took the chance. So it's like, and it's not like but if you go on stage and steal someone's material, like their joke, that was like my life. Like I really grew up like in Ennis, in that area, like those apartments over there. I really had bed bugs and was like, yo, this is terrible. This is actually terrible.
Yeah, you're not only taking my joke, you're also taking a part of my life experience
and trying to make it yours, but you didn't live it. So it's like that's not cool.
You
like,
would think it would hit different though, because like if I'm telling it, I'm coming from a place. Like this is coming from somewhere that has a reason. You just took this,
It was weird, and it's not natural to you. So like it's just weird, bro.
And then I'll be looking like that. You delivered it wrong too, like
because he was trying to.
You gave it to her,
and I ain't really seen the guy around in a minute. So
so it's like that camaraderie. Between comics.
You can't steal jokes, bro.
That's like the unwritten rule.
Oh, it's written.
Do not steal other comedians' material.
Try that shit. Like, see what happens.
You get fucked up.
Like material they're actively doing on stage.
Don't even do it. Don't it.
Like it ain't even worth
it.
Like I said, it's one thing to don't do that.
So let me ask you this. So now the difference between going back to the sketch writing, do you write differently for sketches than stand-up material?
100%.
Your approach is different?
Yeah, because in my mind, like with the memes and stuff, I've always I have like this imagination where I'll paint out pictures and stuff, and I'm not like the only writer, but I oversee the whole production basically. Right. So like we'll be all pitching ideas, and I'll be like, hey, that's the best one. Let's do that one.
You're telling me a funny ass one out behind the scenes too. God damn.
Yeah, we're gonna be producing one coming out pretty soon here about the aliens being announced. It's hilarious. But yeah, exactly. So like and then I handle the whole production. So then I'm like, okay, let's cast the actors. I get food for the situation. Like I provide all the equipment. I actually hold the camera and have it. My boy Tody excuse me, when he's not in the scene, he's directing with me. So we have like, it's me and him. Yeah. We're like a duo because he's really good at the directing eye. I'm not really so good at that. He'll just see something and he'll be like, oh yeah, point it right here next to this like rear view mirror, and he's gonna walk up behind and then we're gonna do that. It's like, okay, like I didn't think of that, you know.
So it's like a full production.
Yeah, because you gotta really
just like, oh, I'm about to just record this
yeah,
thing on
no, yeah. And so then we have all the equipment.
More involvement.
Yeah, and then I actually do all the editing as well.
Jesus.
Along with writing jokes, so I also do punch up. So like, you know, like I'll go in and be like, hey, I think it'd be funny if you say this, or hey, like one time it was like a pause. Like I was like, hey, it'd be funny if you just like pause right here, like say your line, and then say the line. And, you know, it's just like added so much to it. So like just adding little punch up jokes, and then I also type out the script. I send the script to everyone a week ahead of time. It's a full production, bro. It's a hassle. But I do all of that because I want to make sure it gets done right. That's the main thing.
You really must have, or gotta have a passion for it to be like.
Bro, I do not make a lot of money from stand up at all. I don't make money from comedy. Like, I love what I do.
Damn.
I just love it. It's just fun, bro.
I think it's like an eye. Like sometimes, like you'll see something, you be like, "Oh my god, if this just happened," I would just think it's so funny,
right?
And then you create it.
Because in my mind, I like to think of myself like Family Guy or like Mad TV or something. Like, you know how it would just go off into a tangent out of nowhere, and then you would just come back to what was actually going on. Right. Oh yeah, I am doing that, huh? And like in my mind, I'll just like see some shit happen, and I just start laughing to myself out of nowhere. Yeah. Oh, dude, what if you got hit by a bus right now?
I think that when I was playing, what if I just fell down the stairs?
Exactly. Like, what if you just fell down the stairs right now, and then we just kept going? Like, oh, damn, that'd be crazy.
Nothing happened.
All right. Let me ask you this. Is there, because I've seen this debate with comedians before, is there a line that you don't cross as a comedian when it comes to jokes? Like, is there certain things that are off limits that you don't joke about? Like, you know what? I'm not going to talk about someone's kids or death or whatever. I won't go. I'll go here, but I'm not crossing this line. Is there anything off limits?
There's shit that's like me personally that I don't want to talk about. Like, I don't want to talk about suicide, but it's only because everyone else, all these white dudes are already talking about it. It's not because it's like off limits. It's just, it's lame. You know, like that's the thing. I don't think it's funny, you know, because everyone's already doing it, and I want to be different. I want to be original.
So no limits when it comes to comedy.
No,
because some people there's especially now you got these groups, these movements that you make a joke about them, they on your ass.
Nah, I don't.
You don't give a fuck.
Nope, I don't give a fuck, bro. It could be a
no limit,
bro. It could be a kid.
It's funny.
Demetrius is a straight shooter. God damn!
Nigga in a wheelchair.
So you ready to get canceled?
I'm already canceled. I'm not even on yet. How can you cancel me? No one knows who I am.
It's coming.
What?
It's not there yet.
They gonna run this back. Remember that interview he said.
I hope I get canceled. Please cancel me right now. That would be the biggest thing that ever happened to me. Fucking do it.
Right, probably would. Who is this guy? Well, we hate him.
Do it.
Man. So, abortion jokes, yes?
Yeah, I have so many abortion jokes, bro.
Jesus.
I have so many fucking abortion jokes. I love abortion.
God damn.
I did a joke. I'm gonna put the clip out just because of this. This is a promo now. I'm gonna put the clip out. In Indiana, I did an abortion joke, and they're like, "We're not allowed to have those here."
Oh shit!
I was like, "Well, then what the fuck do you do? Because having it is not an option." Went insane. The crowd blew up, bro.
Oh man!
This is having kids.
That's interesting.
You can't do that.
So let's say if an important figure died in entertainment, is there a certain time that you wait before you make the joke?
Well, that's different, but that's like, even then, no.
Next day.
I don't give a fuck. It depends on who it is. If Donald Trump died right now, you think niggas wouldn't be joking about it? Like, there's somebody on Twitter that's gonna take the shot, bro. They gonna JFK that shit. They gonna take that shot.
That's interesting.
But to circle back around, to the crowd work thing, the reason I feel like it makes me more of an adept comic rather than like a beginner is because like I told my joke and it was bombing, but then like when they said you can't have an abortion here, I said, well then what the fuck do? You can't keep the kid. Like that's not an option. Like they went crazy. They laughed. You know what I mean? So that's like the like he yelled that out, and I just immediately shot back. You gotta be a shooter.
There like, huh.
You see what I'm saying? Because then they didn't expect me to just be like, well, having it is not an option. Oh shit. Well, you know what I mean? For all these people who've never had an abortion, I'm like, I'm on my third one. Like, you can't. You know what I'm saying? Like,
one away from a free pass.
You feel me? Like, so you know what I'm saying? So like that's where the crowd work comes in, where it's like you just have to be yourself, and it's like if they interrupt you, you got to be willing to pull out the 38 and blast that nigga with the revolver. Because I do one shot.
You want to.
You know what I mean? And I wasn't attacking nobody, but I'm like,
so what do y'all do?
You feel me?
It's like a legitimate question.
And then they die when I said, because having is not an option. And then they die. They lost it, bro. You know? And you're going to see the video. I'm going to post it now just because we had this conversation.
Wow.
It's out there.
Rank these three from worst to have as a comedian. Okay. Getting booed, silence, or people walking up and leaving.
Silence is your friend, so that's the least worst.
Okay.
People walking, that's whatever, especially
getting up and leaving in the middle of the show.
You're doing this all the time, so it's like whatever. It happens all the time.
Okay.
Getting booed is probably the worst, yeah.
Getting booed is probably the worst.
Silence is your friend.
I feel like
really? So silence is good.
Silence will make it. That's disrespectful.
I was.
Why was you booed?
Oh, you were booed. I just said I boo people.
No,
what did you do to get booed?
I don't know. I think it was like in middle school.
Talent show or something?
No, they was like announcing like it was like the vice president of the class or something, and I was like a candidate, and it's like, oh, okay, and it's like, boo!
Oh shit!
That's not that. Yeah, that's funny.
So booed is
sometimes
first.
Booing is funny.
Getting booed is
like sometimes other comedians,
I was like, oh my god!
Like if they're your homies, they'll boo you when you get on stage. Boo!
Yeah.
It's like I'm
just
playing.
This is the class.
But yeah, nah.
I'm about to cry when I get home.
But yeah, getting booed is the worst. And then people walk. That's all the time. Because I do what 5 at least, if not 9 sets a week. So it's like people are gonna get up.
To that, like,
people are gonna get up. Yeah, like, it's fine.
Time to go. He getting a ticket.
Yeah, this nigga gotta take a shit. Like it's fine, bro. Like
food up.
Is there a difference between, and you was mentioning earlier about your early start with the memes online? Is there a difference between social media comedians and actual stand-up comedians?
Well, yeah, I mean that's like night and day. Stand-up comedians are really funny.
Cause I see that stand-up comedians really look at like the social media comments like y'all not us.
Yeah.
Y'all don't do what we do. Like that y'all over here, we over here.
It's not the same thing. The thing is, it's just like you
could vet it.
It's
like if you on social media, you could pause your comments. Yeah. Somebody saying shit, you could block it. Like if it don't go through, it just don't go through. It ain't gonna be like you don't gotta face it right then and there. If you sitting there looking at them boo, you like, hold on, I'm about to fight you when you leave. Yeah. I know I could take you.
It's so much easier to get on as an internet comic. In order to get on as a real comic, you got it, bro. I've been doing this shit for like 4 years now, bro. You just now met me, bro. You know what I mean? Like, and I've been like working my ass off, driving 2 hours. Bro,
setting up your own tours, recording your own stuff,
learn how to editing. Don't have a job, so I'm like, the whole deck is in. Like, I'm living on my savings. Like, bro, like this is real stand-up shit. So for a guy who posted a video on the internet and now gets money from what he does, for me to like be putting my whole life into this shit and like writing jokes about my life and hoping that people like it and like, you know what I mean? Like that's not the same thing, bro. It's just not even the same thing, bro.
Interesting.
No offense to
lose.
Everything to lose and barely anything to gain.
Because if you're on the internet and stuff, you still go to work. Still, this is your spare time.
But then the social media comics or comedians, they will look at y'all like y'all just mad because y'all bitter, because y'all can't do what we do, and y'all mad that we getting all the attention, I am doing what you're doing, all the shine, but y'all gotta put the ground. You gotta hit the road. You gotta go on tour. You gotta do those open mics. But I can upload this 60-second clip and I'm out of here. I'm lit. Your ass go hit that fucking open mic, sir. And like, y'all bitter because y'all can't do what we do.
It's the other way around.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be bitter because
I'm a writer. I have my own sketches. I have videos that have 1 million views.
It's like I can do what you do, but you can't do what I do.
You can't do what I do. Right.
Yeah,
it's like
other way around.
What if I could post something like 3 years ago and it just be out there and not get any waves, and then one random person see it and now it's hot, and then now I'm hot and I ain't really do shit.
And that's the thing, because my thing is I see mine as more like a catalog. Like I'm just building my catalog so that when it comes out, bro, like. And when I get that video, it's like, yo, like you even said, like you're like, yo, you could go back and watch so many videos.
Yeah, I was going through your shit.
You're like, yeah, there's so many. Like this guy really does this, and I have at least 5 to 10 coming out from this Midwest thing. You know what I mean? So it's like
it'll keep compiling.
that's where the work is, you know. And it's like this is a long-term gain, but the thing about me that's different is I have a skill. Like I have a talent. I'm a public speaker and a thinker. Right. I use my mind. Like you just do sounds on TikTok. Like, it's just not. Because I can, like, bro. I do TikToks. Like it's not like, you know what I mean. But you don't do stand up. You know what I mean. Like this is 4 years in the making.
So if I was to put a social media comic in a room with you, stand up, battle off, he wouldn't last a chance.
Come on, bro. Come on.
Don't disrespect me.
Come on. See, the thing about it is, though...
So your set goes first, and then he comes on.
The thing about it, though, the stand-ups, the biggest sketches and everything you see for real, they're comedians. So it's like, it's not a competition. I feel like the thing about the internet dudes is they get such big heads that they don't want to reach out to stand-up guys because they know stand-up guys are going to tell them to get on stage. You know what I mean? So like there's the divide because they create it. But I know for a fact every stand-up dude wants to get in videos. You know what I mean? What do you think we're doing this shit for?
There you go.
Like,
right.
And that's why I say shout out to my homegirl Tatiana, bro. She didn't look out for me, I done looked out for her, you know. Yeah. She's an internet comedian. She doesn't do stand-up, but she's got, you know, I mean, she just had a video get 10 million views. Over 10 million views recently, bro. Nice. She's been shared on Barstool. Yeah. She been shared in the Shade Room. Like,
But would you agree there's a space for both?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So she came out, does her thing. She watched me do stand-up, shared it, you know, on her page. Yo, follow him, he's funny, you know? Like, but it's like she doesn't have to do stand-up to appreciate it. We did videos together, and like I produced some shit for her. Yeah. No charge, you know what I mean? Like that's, you know, because it's like, I mean, normally I would charge people, but, you know, for her, it's like, obviously not, you know?
Yeah, it's all on love.
It's all love, you know? And so it's like, you know, and she got more content out of it that's different than anything else she's ever put out because it's like, you know, it's just got like my attention to detail, my flavor on it. And even if it didn't get the most views ever, it still got a decent amount. Like, I think that video that I did for her got over 50,000 views. Like, no lie. Like, it's pretty up there now.
Yeah. You know, like how they got, like, you know, in the rap industry, there's this cardinal sin of ghostwriting. Could a comedian ghostwrite for another comedian and it'd be no problem?
Happens all the time.
That's common in the
we
comedy
call that punch up. Like,
punch up.
You come with a premise, we'll punch up for you, bro.
So if I came to Demetrius, let's say I'm an up and coming comic, and I'm like, damn, I got this idea, and I hit Demetrius up to get you out.
It depends.
To help me with this joke. You write?
It's more like you write for bigger people.
So not for up and coming comics.
Up and coming comics write for bigger people. Like established and up and coming.
So you would write for like more established.
If they see like you're doing good and you're like one of the funny guys on the scene that's fresh. They're gonna be like, and they see like, oh, he writes sketches already. He has his own thing. Hop on Key and Peele, and you might pitch 20 sketches a week, and one gets picked, and then that one gets to the drawing board, and then it gets dropped. You still get paid.
Makes sense.
Because you're part of the creative process.
So that's common ghostwriting.
So it's like a punch up different than like a critique. Like if someone says something, you're like,
a punch up, you actually add the joke.
Oh, you add the joke. So it's not like, oh, you know, it'd be funny if you just pause right here and then forward or something.
It depends. So you could be like, but see, a punch up is more for stand up. It's more for like a stand up or a script, but the fall and all that stuff, that's more like in the director.
Oh,
like,
so it's like
when they shoot. But like you'll have the script, he'll come in and read the script and be like, oh, it'd be funny if they did this. Oh, it'd be funny if you.
Oh, okay.
But usually those guys are 20 years in. Those punch up guys are 20 years in. I just do punch up because, like I said, I'm 4 years in, working with comics who are writing at 2 years in. So I'm, you know what I mean, just looking over what they did and be like, okay, if this were me, this is what I would do. Yeah. Because I do sketches, you know what I mean? I've already been doing this for over a year now.
And they pay you for that?
No, we don't. No, there's no money because everybody's broke.
Why? You know, I always.
That's the thing. Everybody in Ohio and the Midwest think there's money involved, but like, no, there's not no money involved in this shit, bro. Everybody think they're getting paid for all these shows. I'm really not. I made a little bit.
I feel like where you're at is more like you live there, so you see more behind the scenes. Like everyone here gets. Yeah.
It's more like you get one big thing every once in a while. You get a commercial or something that gives you like $8,000. You get like a background role that gives you like $6,000. You know, not even a year, but you gotta get on to the next one for you got like 3 months. Like maybe. And that's really like, oh, you still bumming rides, you know? Like, you want a commercial when you still like, yo, I mean, what's up? Let's ride down there together. Like, I'm broke, nigga.
Have you ever seen anybody that you, like, thought was big and then you seen them in real life? Like, oh, you for real thugging it?
couple times. Yeah, it happens. That's the game though. I don't judge
the world
them.
Of a comedian.
That's the thing. It's not like no judgment because I'm there. Next, I'm coming up. Like that could be me any day. Like couple fucking one car accident or one bad thing happens. The next thing you know, like that little nest egg you have, bro. Because you don't have a fucking job.
Yeah.
So it's like you kind of just on to the next gig, on to the next spot, and like
man.
My that's crazy, bro.
But a lot of times you hear comics talk about like this time, and they're like, this is the time they miss because they feel like it's more genuine and it's more like. That's
what I'm saying. I love what I do. Like I ain't even trying to hate it. It's just when people bring money up, it's like kind of shitty because it's like I know I'm not making the money people think I'm making. Right. But it's like fine with me because it's like I am doing what I love.
Yeah, like Demetrius on.
No, I'm not. I wish.
There's this. I wanted to play this and get your opinion on it as a comedian. You've probably seen it before. Arsenio Hall. Familiar with Arsenio Hall? Remember the late night stand up show he had back in the day?
Of course.
Do you remember the argument he had with the gay guy?
No.
Okay, I want a playlist, and I'm a give you this phone. I'm a project it for those who are watching on YouTube, and this is why I don't go live, so I can edit it and put it in so you can see. So I'm gonna hand this over to you, and I want you to watch this, and I want us to discuss and come back after we watch this. Let me get some volume on here. Demetrius, as I'm pulling this up, where can people follow you and find you?
You can follow me on Instagram at Demetrius L. Jackson, TikTok, same, Demetrius L. Jackson.
Yes.
Facebook, same, Demetrius L. Jackson. And Coastal Comedy Network on YouTube. My production shit, it's comedy sketches.
Yes.
3 minutes plus.
Autumn, co-host for the day.
I'm too shy to.
Starting to feel it.
He gonna have it on the screen.
Mm-hmm. I'll just put it on the screen.
Right here.
Yes, right under below. Right up below below the titties.
Or like they're up.
Yes. Like they're up. Go ahead and press play on that. We all can hear it, and we're gonna watch this and we're gonna discuss after we're done.
The blonde girl was so funny while they were singing. She said, "Oh my God."
We got the cheater screen.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you, man. Why don't I have any gay guests?
Oh, I have seen this before.
Wait, I'm sorry, why don't I have any gay guests on my show?
Somebody said boo.
Well, there are a lot of gay guests who really don't like to talk about their sexual preference, so we don't know whether they're gay or not. Now, this ain't Merv. You didn't think I'd run from this, did you? This ain't Johnny. I ain't gonna run from it. I'm gonna deal with it.
I'm gonna deal with it. Yeah, I like that.
Look at his shirt.
Who would you like me to have on my show that's gay that maybe I haven't had? Who? I don't know Gus Van Sant, but I know Elton John. He's been here and he's rocked the house. Okay? What? When Harvey has something I'm interested in, I'll bring him on the show. What's wrong with you, man? I'm black. I'm black, man. I'm black, man. I'm the biggest minority you know about. I don't want to hear that gay trash, man. I got gay friends I've had on the show because you don't know them or it ain't who you want on the show. You got a problem with it? If you want to book it, get yourself a show.
Hey. Yeah, we get it there. Woo, man.
I like his energy.
Arsenio.
I like his energy. He handled it like I said. He handled it like a G. He let him know what it was. The only thing that was funny to me was that he said, "You've had your say and I've had mine," but the guy did not say anything. Like he literally said like 2 words on it. There wasn't much of a say on the other guy's side, but it was a great idea. I like it. He handled it because ultimately, like he said, it's his show, and you just can't interrupt the show with stuff like that. That's what you email in for. File complaints, write a fucking news article or something, but don't come to the show interrupting and think he has the right to do that at that point.
He planned that. He had a shirt.
Yeah.
He had a shirt. That gave it away.
Yeah, he did. That was well advanced.
Yeah,
he was like, I got something.
Oh, you think it was planted?
It said queer.
Okay.
He planned that. He didn't care what he had to say or who. It could have been a gay person on that show when he got there. He didn't know. Right. He just knew he was going to take that stance.
Yeah. That when I watched that almost got me thinking about like forced compliance.
Yeah.
About how like certain groups or certain movements they force you to comply with their program. Like I'm going to come into your space and force you to get on my program and tell you what you're doing, which is wrong. It's like me coming to your show and you say a joke that I don't like, and then I stand up in the front of the show. Hey man, you shouldn't make that joke because my uncle is a disabled person and disabled jokes aren't funny. Now I force you to comply because of my experience, and now I'm telling you how to do your fucking job.
I don't comply, bro.
Forced compliance don't work with you?
I'm not complying, bro. I just don't give a fuck. Maybe I'm not big enough yet, but I just don't give a fuck. When people try that shit with me, I'm like, bro, get the fuck out of here, bro.
Also, don't come to a comedy show for morality. Why are you here?
Like, you tripping,
for
bro.
that?
Hey, that's like, okay, you didn't have to buy a ticket.
Like, come on, bro. Like, but usually what I do is I'll try to like diffuse the situation a little bit, but you know, it just depends on like their overall like demeanor. You know, if they're coming hostile, I'm gonna come, you know, like, hey bro, you need to chill out. Like, it's a comedy show. Like I had a bartender like try to like literally run up on the stage and hit me one time. Like at the venue I'm working at.
Jesus,
I ain't do nothing, bro. Well, I did. Okay, I kind of called him out because he was like, oh,
was he gay?
No, he was drunk though. He was drunk. Basically, he was like, he was tripping. So he was basically this nigga was like fucking with the mic before the show started and like trying to like tell jokes before the show started and be like, yeah, because we were starting late.
I could do this.
Yeah, starting late.
Warming up the crowd.
Yeah, and I was like, bro, chill out. So we started the show where he's like still talking shit. So I was like, yo, like,
y'all remember when I was up there?
Yeah, like being weird. Yeah, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
You had to shut it down.
So I shut it down, and then he's like still talking shit from the bar, like, yo, fuck that, what you gonna do, bro? And I'm like, bro, you work here, like, bro. Do I have to? But then when I said bro, like, don't make me call your boss. He didn't like that. He like lost it, bro.
I don't need
He lost it, yeah.
I've been stealing liquor all night anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, all right, we're going to take one more break because I think your camera shut off, D.
That's fine.
I got to play one more song, though, so we're going to take a break regardless. Okay. We're going to come over. We got a few more things. We're going to play a game, too. Okay. We're going to play a game when we come back. Let the people know, D, where they can find you at, all that good stuff.
You can find me on Instagram at Demetrius L. Jackson, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, everywhere. And then on YouTube, it is Coastal Comedy Network.
There it is. Oh, you just want me to just put it in the description?
Yeah, go ahead, do that for me. I love that for you.
You don't like keep saying it. All right, we'll be right back. Right here, Clock Talk Podcast.
Butter soft leather, go getter, getting money since we caught a cheddar. Got that mo better blue. You'll fucking get a clue, acting like they never knew. A bucket full of tears, make a hater shed a few. Close range, baby, no pain, no gain. Been a dope man, spitting soda with the cocaine. Pinky ring, gold chain, dancing on a couple thousand boogie like it's Soul Train. Happy y'all small change, Teddy P mansions. Niggas in a different league, ready for expansion. Some of y'all basic, we gon' hit them with advanced shit. Fucking up the game, see what happens when they plan shit. Straight shooter can't miss. Big man on campus, Picasso on a canvas. Know it all, nigga, for sure, got all the answers. Can't tell me nothing, my niggas said where the bands is. Fly shit, never landed, understand it.
Well, I'm taking off, caught on a flight. They used to kite, scared of heights, but I'm fly like the Rice. The jewelry bright, now they used to me grinning. Been winning, only give us some D like Ben Simmons. We pitch like we Clemens, Teddy pinned it all down. Close the door, you can read about me right now. Smooth like Ephesians, cool like shade, so behave while I'm breezing. Fade MJ, cool rays any season. Your face concave any day, no reason. And shaped like a V vegan. Outer space escape off trees that I'm breathing. Y'all betray us, can't relax with the treason. Cause about cash, knew that before meeting. 100-yard dash, my stash, I'm still feeding. Told them that the fast won't last, we still eating. Buttercream seats, better on feet, 20-inch cleats.
They showed me the top, and so I came for it. Dropping all of this fly shit like a plane toilet. I'm one of the best to ever come around. I've been running up checks all in the underground. Oh, I don't care how y'all play. Y'all niggas is play though, I'm more playoff clay. And the whole league know that when I'm banging, I lead to more rings than Paul Heyman. I'm raining, young nigga go get the poncho. This the front row of the Sugar Ray and Camacho. Big bags, security carry Big Macs. We be coastal rolling, you would think it was Six Flags. It's bad, it's the hard white in the zip bag. Flip that to the helicopters and lift pad. Legacy, it's the Teddy P of the pedigree. No clone, they could never see being a better me, Ronnie.
All right, wind it down here. All right, before we get into this game, your Mount Rushmore of comedians.
Oh, okay. Four? Okay.
Mount Rushmore comedians.
Corey Holcomb.
Yes.
That's my nigga.
I fuck with Corey. A lot of people don't know about Corey, man. Shout out to Chicago.
I would say Dave Chappelle, gotta go up there.
Of course.
I like Bill Burr and I like Daniel Tosh.
I ain't mad at that.
Because I'm young, bro. I'm only 26, bro. I don't know all these old ass niggas. The oldest dude I could think of that really sat and watched a special was Eddie Murphy.
That's about it.
That's
as far
the oldest.
As you go.
Delirious?
Yeah, Delirious.
Raw, yeah.
Delirious Raw, great killing.
And even then, I had to go back and like look at it.
You got a Mount Rushmore, Autumn?
I do.
Who you like? Who would be on your Mount Rushmore comedians?
I don't want to sound retarded. How many people is on Mount Rushmore?
4.
I had to clarify too. I was like, how many is that?
You get 4 selections. 4.
I asked, okay. For sure, Dave Chappelle's on there.
Definitely.
D-Ray Davis.
Hey, good pick. Solid.
Sadiq Ali.
Who's that?
You don't like him?
It's your Rushmore. Your Rushmore.
My Rushmore.
Let her have it.
I like him. And let me think.
You got one more. Make that last one good.
It's hard though, because I'm a comedy fan.
Just say it. I'm not looking at you. Go ahead.
Yeah, you done made me shame.
No pressure.
Yeah, I was like, no, sorry.
No, honestly, it's hard because I really do like stand-up comedy, but
you know you want to say Cat
just
Williams.
throw anyone out. Yeah, honestly, Cat Williams is a good choice.
No.
I forgot about Cat.
I'm gonna just say it because I do like him. I think he's really funny.
Okay.
Arnez J.
I ain't mad at that. Okay, very emanated fella. You disagree with 2 on that list?
I like 4, but
we only have one in common, and that's Dave Chappelle.
Damn.
I grew up.
D-Ray Davis, top of all time. Get the fuck out of here. This nigga plays a crackhead in like half of his skits. Like, what the fuck?
No.
Yeah, he does. What did he play in Power?
Okay, them is roles.
What did he play in Power?
But those are roles.
You know why he got that role? Because he did it really good on stage.
No, he didn't. What was a good on stage presentation?
Just like his act from like 2004 to like now.
I don't think so.
Like, dude just broke from Chicago, like down bad, like, oh, nigga, I'm from Chicago.
Hey,
he literally says it in every special, every time I've ever seen it. I'm not hating on him.
Yeah, you my mind is made up.
I resemble D-Ray Davis a lot. You know, I'm a nigga from the hood too. But I just try to not talk about it in my whole act. That's all.
I feel it.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'll go Dave. I'll go Louis C.K. I'll go Patrice O'Neal.
I forgot about Patrice.
Oh my God! Dang, now.
Yeah, and my personal Eddie Griffin. Not
I
Eddie
do
Murphy,
love Patrice
Eddie
O'Neal.
Griffin.
He
like,
Eddie Griffin's not even really funny though. He just be saying crazy shit. Like, he's a shock jock, bro. That nigga just say some white people, you know, they just so molesters. It's like, whoa, like, what the fuck?
I like Eddie Griffin, man.
Yeah, I mean, we're all naming, like, we all have some.
Yeah, everybody's listening.
I just had to throw 2 white comics in because, you know.
Yeah.
I'm white too.
You gotta represent.
I don't want to disrespect my dad like that. Daniel Tosh is pretty funny.
I fucking do.
I feel like he's a shock jock.
See, he is, but he does make good points.
He does, but
like that's the only difference. And he had his show, which I can give it like it was one of the highest grossing shows for a long time. You know,
Yeah,
that shit was huge. You know, Tosh Point was pretty up there.
I feel like Tosh Point was like a great area.
That's what I want to do. But I wouldn't mind being that guy though. I ain't gonna lie. Where it's like, because niggas do dumb shit sometimes. They got eaten by an alligator because he was running from the cops. Like, it's fucking retarded, bro. I wish I got that on camera.
All right.
That would have been the one.
Yeah, I wish I had a battery to fit you.
That's not good. That's not good.
All right, I got a couple of this or that's for you.
Okay.
So you got to pick one or the other. Or you can chime in if you want to. Okay. All right. Open for Dave Chappelle on a 6-city tour. Or 30-hour special on Comedy Central.
30-hour special? 30 minutes?
30 minute. 30 minute. Liquor's getting to me.
I'll open for Dave all day. That's not even a question.
Open for Dave over your own 30-minute special on Comedy Central.
Yeah, no.
Tell us why.
Because I'm not at that stage right now where I need a 30-minute special. Like, I feel like I'm at that stage where I need to grow and find like that joke that's gonna put me into the mainstream. You know, I need to find that sketch. You know, and especially because Dave did like literally. I host a show every Monday in San Diego, and we do comedy sketches, and then we show the sketches on the TV. So we pre-make it and then put it on the TV and on the like projector in front of a live audience.
Yeah, that shit is
so
fire.
I'm already imitating Dave Chappelle in a way.
Right. Taking the blueprint.
I might as well just link up with the nigga and do it for real. Because at least I can pitch a couple sketches to him. I pitched the one I pitched to you earlier. He might be the black dude. Hey, what the fuck? That could be the one. You know?
All right, I like it.
I would much rather go on tour with Dave Chappelle.
So open for Dave Chappelle.
Peak, though? Like if you were where you felt like you were at your potential, which one would it be? Would it still be?
Well, at that point, I would be getting more than a fucking 30-minute special at the Comedy Central.
Because I think if I was at my
I would
peak,
need an hour on Netflix or something, you know? Like, I would need more.
I think that'd be a good experience, though, like, to be able to work with someone like that.
Yeah, that's why I would want Dave. Like, I would want to work with... He just sold out the Attic in Columbus, you know? He just came. Like, that's kind of crazy.
Fucking Dave.
So it's like, yeah, I want to be... Imagine if I opened for Dave on that show, and I'm from Columbus, everybody's going to be like, oh, he's next up.
Yeah.
It wouldn't even be a question. That would get me more clout than actually being on Comedy Central.
The ultimate stamp.
Yeah, I think I would
in my own hometown.
Hands down. Even if I was good, where I was at, practicing anything, I think I would choose him.
You see what I'm saying? So that's a no-brainer.
All right, got another one for you. Be on the writing team for sketch show or 6-minute set on Late Night with Jimmy Fallon.
Sketch show. Sketch show pays fucking... Sketch shows pay like so much more.
I thought she was gonna go with Jimmy Fallon. Oh, doing a 6-minute set with Jimmy Fallon on Late Night. Millions are watching you.
No, sketch show.
Millions in the TV hole.
Because the thing is, that's gonna get you more notoriety in the industry. They're like, yo, I wrote all these sketches on SNL. And you get money along the way. Sketch writers make, like, the writers on TV shows make like $4,000 a week.
So that's where the money is at. Writing.
Yeah. There's money in writing. You can at least make money along the way. Plus, if they premiere your sketch, I think you get an extra bonus. So, because like I'm telling you, a lot of these writers' rooms, your shit never makes it live. To get your sketch to be played on Saturday Night Live is a fucking miracle.
So is that like where this strike came into play? Like where?
Yeah, because these actors are making like, bro, there's comedians who make fucking $20,000 a week.
Off of your shit.
Off of not necessarily that, but just like the people who are in front of the camera make so much more. The people who, you know what I mean? The people who have all the Instagram followers, and they get all the money. And so it's like, yo, you might be making $4,000 a week, but what's $4,000 a week when this nigga's making $50,000, $20,000 a show? And he does 2 shows a night, you know? Like,
Yeah, you're funny.
nigga, you broke. This nigga shitted on you, and you wrote it. Like, that's bullshit, dude. And he's getting all the success because he's on Saturday Night Live, and you wrote the joke. It makes sense. I mean, it's rich people arguing about rich shit, but it makes sense. We talking, you know, a lot of money still, but at the same time, when you living in LA, and like I said, you wrote the joke, and this dude's just saying it, and he's going out and selling out arenas now on his, and y'all both stand-up comedians. It's kind of bullshit. It's kind of grimy.
I wrote that shit.
Right. But because you work for a network, because a lot of dudes who write still do stand-up. and they're still trying to gain their following. And it's like nobody wants to hear I'm the guy who wrote that. They're gonna be like, I'm gonna go see the guy who said it.
Hating ass nigga.
You look lame, you know. It's like nah.
So turn it down late night with Jimmy Fallon to be on the sketch.
100%.
The sketch, right?
Because you're gonna, like I said, imagine if you were like, yo, I wrote on Key and Peele for 2 years. Ooh. You could, bro. You first of all, you're gonna be well known in the industry because you're around, you know, and then also you're gonna be paid. You can fucking go buy a Porsche or something. Like, you're going to be making money.
Yeah.
And you can fucking, like, you also get the notoriety of being, like, in the community, being like, yo, if you want to work on any project, I already have Hollywood experience. You know, my sketches have gotten millions of views already. Like,
makes sense.
Because on networks, they get millions, you know.
Makes sense. Okay. All right. Here's another one for you. A buddy comedy with Chris Rock. Y'all are cops together.
Okay.
You're the new B cop coming in, the rookie. He's experiencing one, and y'all collide. Okay. So, a buddy comedy movie with Chris Rock, or a love scene with Issa Rae.
Man.
Oh, we got him thinking. Yes,
that's a hard one.
We got him thinking, ladies and gentlemen.
Because the thing is, like,
we finally stumped him.
In this industry, sex sells, you know?
Yeah.
In this industry, it sells. Because I look at Pete Davidson. Like, if he wasn't with Kim K, like, would he be anywhere near as big as he was? I mean, yeah, he was on SNL, but, like, that would have been it for him. Like, that would have been it. Like, I don't think anyone would have checked for him after that.
The attachment to Kim K
magnified it. Yeah, so I'd probably say that one. I'd probably say
sex scene with Issa Rae?
Yeah. I guess. But I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, rock and a hard place.
I had to put a name on it.
Yeah, exactly. I guess.
Sex scene with Issa Rae.
Can't fuck Chris Tucker.
Yeah, exactly. I guess.
All right, last one. Co-host the VMAs with Deion Cole.
Okay.
Co-host the VMAs with Deion Cole. Or host the Oscars solo.
Oscars. Instantly. You're going to be way more famous.
Oscars solo.
Instantly.
By yourself. Yeah. You think you can hold it down?
I don't, but if they're asking.
I was gonna say, like, with the Oscars,
they're asking.
By yourself.
Yeah.
And you just
they're gonna
nobody
give me cue cards.
You.
Yeah.
Nobody to see you.
I mean, whatever. I'll try it. I'll see what happens.
I'll behave.
That'll be the biggest thing I ever did in my entire life. And I can tell my mom, man, I hosted the Oscars.
Bob on the Oscars.
You get on there like, y'all, nobody better smack nobody.
Kevin Hart couldn't even host the fucking Oscars, so.
Yeah. Well, they brought us some shit from
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, I'm bigger than Kevin Hart.
You said faggot?
Yeah, dude. Come on now. Hey, whoa, you just got me canceled, bro. Now I can't host the Oscars. I didn't even say it, but because I'm next to you, when you said it, I'm done.
It's done. Chance is over.
I'm fucking.
Edit that out.
I'm done, bro. It's already over.
I killed his career.
It already happened.
The neighbors heard it.
Maybe we can revive it. If you look on that side of you, Demetrius, there's a red bowl. Go ahead and grab that.
This red bowl, the whole bowl?
Yes. Yep. There's a bunch of random questions in there.
I was putting my trash in here, bro.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, bro.
Go ahead and mix those up. Don't look. Mix those up. So, shout out to FDZ Graffiti. She helped me title this segment of the show. Put it down. Put it down. Put it down.
The whole thing? Or what?
The question, put it back in there. Because I got to explain the segment. So, what this is called Guest to Guest Quest Bowl. So, what this is, Demetrius, and all. Every guest that comes on the show, after the show, they enter or they put in random questions for the next guest to answer.
Okay.
So there's a bunch of questions from guests that sat in that seat, and also for people who are watching, and if you want to submit questions, random questions for the guests, send those to clothtalk5@gmail.com. So in that bowl, Demetrius, there's a bunch of random questions that could vary from anything. There's a bunch of, you can get anything.
Okay.
So you can do as many as you want. You can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, how many you want to go.
I want to pick three questions.
So don't look, give them a good shuffle. So I'm going to try to do a play-by-play.
I want you to pick one.
You going to let her pick one
you
for
can
her?
pick one.
All right, so let me do a play-by-play. So Demetrius is going to let us pick.
And I'm going to do one too.
I'm not looking, so I'm picking one for Demetrius.
All right, that's it. Okay.
I'm going to hold on to this.
Okay.
Go ahead, Auto, grab
I'll take it. And I'll read them out loud.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Or you got one?
Yeah.
I didn't grab it.
You didn't grab one?
Let her get a question.
I could have swore.
You moved it too fast.
You're high. You're fucked up.
I could have Okay.
So right now, Demetrius has 4 questions in his hand that me and Autumn picked. He picked one. Tried to do a play-by-play for people who aren't watching on YouTube. So he opened the first one.
All right. First question is, what's one thing you'd change in your life for the better?
Okay.
And I would say I would quit smoking weed, bro.
Look at that.
I've been trying to stop for so long.
I respect that.
I
respect that.
I'm writing like a little short book. It's like just an idea right now.
I respect that.
It's called because I worked in the cannabis industry for a long time. And so
your dad's thing.
Yeah. So I want to call it, and I've been smoking since I was 12.
Right.
And so I've seen it from like what it used to be to like what it is now, like corporate cannabis. And so I'm gonna call it. It's like just a tiny little book I'm working on. It's called Cannibalism.
Play on words.
Cannibalism, the death,
Okay.
like the death of cannabis, or it's like the death of cannabis culture, or something like that. Because I've been smoking forever, and I don't like where it's at now, and where it became, and like what people do it for, and like there's so many people who were just So I would just stop smoking weed, basically.
I respect that. I wasn't expecting that. Nice. All right, what we got?
Why is it okay?
There we go.
Why is it socially okay to be bad at math, but not okay to be able? Why is it okay socially to be bad at math, but not okay to be able to read? And I can't read, so I feel attacked.
Trick question.
Nah, man, I'm pretty good at math. Honestly, I'm pretty good at math, so I can't relate. I try to be good at math. Even at a young age, I was pretty solid at it. So.
Got no answer for him.
I worked in my dad's company, dude. I was fucking busting my ass. So.
All right, last one.
Okay.
Good.
Who is your least favorite musician, and why is it Big Sean? Yo. That's fucking hilarious, bro. I kind of want to pick one more now. Okay. Least favorite musician is, let's see, if I had to pick one, I don't like, is it Charles Manson? You know what I'm talking about? Like he's like a rock.
I was say he's a rock guy, right?
I don't like shit like that. It's just weird. Like I don't like heavy metal.
Too dark for you?
It's not even that. It's just
It's
like
on the vibe too.
and it's just like weird to me because you're like promoting demonic like evil as like a personality trait, and it's just like, why are people like okay with this? It's just weird.
They love it.
It's like
And they say he like normal.
yeah, exactly. It's like how do you do that? How do you do
Like
that?
that.
And then just like go hang out with your kids later at like 5?
Come on,
it's just
buddy.
like weird. It's just weird. It's just weird as fuck. Dude.
All right, Demetrius going for another one.
If someone told you your life would be better if you accepted God into it, would you? And I would say yes. I kind of did that already. So I used to be an atheist. I used to not believe in God at all.
Holy shit. Used to be a non-believer.
I used to be like really anti,
Jesus.
God. Like people trying to.
He's our savior.
Because like when I was growing up at Horizon, there was people who were like, so all the teachers were Turkish. And then like there was a lot of Somali people, but there was a lot of Africans too. And like everybody was kind of Christian or Muslim, or there was also Asians. Like, so it was like a thing where there was all these different religions. And I just felt like if there's all these different religions, none of them can be true. So I just was like so anti-religion for a long time. But now, I don't know. I don't believe in God necessarily, or like any like religion in particular. I kind of believe in all religions at once. Like I think there's a little bit of every religion that I take from and try to make myself into who I am, because I've been surrounded by so many different ones. And I was born in Japan, so I've also just like really been open to Japanese and like not even Japanese but Asian cultural ideas and norms. Like like I don't like when people are like really super loud in public and like certain things like that. I'm like,
scene.
I just see like, because I watched a lot of Japanese TV growing up, I was like, that makes sense. I mean, it's just kind of like
Chill out.
yeah, like chill out a little bit. Like you ain't gotta, you know what I mean, like little stuff like that, so but even like when it goes to like their cultural, like I believe in like little like balance in life, and like just like like you should take time to just be by yourself, and little stuff like that, from like Confucianism and like Buddhism and like Taoism and stuff like that. Like I've read into it. I've looked into like all religions and kind of like this is what I like from it, this is what I don't like, and I don't want to fall into one religion. I'd rather just make a culmination of all of them and just like make my own thing.
I see that.
That
I
makes
respect
sense.
that. Shit, man. This has been beautiful, Demetrius. You've enlightened us. You've gotten high and drunk on the show.
Yeah. I'm gonna go. I guess I'm gonna hang out with mom real quick. Get some dinner.
I've asked everything I needed to ask you on my document here. Autumn, any last questions or remarks? Anything you want to ask Demetrius before we wrap this up? Anything that you want to...
I wish I was more prepared. I do feel like I can know a lot more, but
I told you to have to do this.
I'll email him.
You'll email the questions.
Yeah, I've been over here drinking now.
Everybody's fucked up.
That's how
when I drink, I get a lazy eye too. Like
it start drooping a little bit.
Whitaker over
here. A little Whitaker.
Yeah, a little Forrest Whitaker eye going on. I already knew it. I'm like,
oh Lord.
I'm gonna get his email. For sure. I wanted to ask him. I just didn't want to interrupt. But I'm like, yeah, I'll email him.
Fair enough. Final question, Demetrius. We're gonna wrap this up. Get you out here because you busy. What is the biggest misconception about Demetrius L. Jackson?
Oh man, biggest misconception about me is that I have it all figured out, man. That's what it is.
They think you got it all figured out. It's not the case at all. Still figuring it out.
It's a lot of work, man. A lot of shit going on behind the scenes, bro.
I like it. All right, man. We're going to wrap this up. We're going to let Demetrius get up on out of here. This man is the hardest working comedian coming out of Columbus in San Diego, making it happen. On tour right now. Demetrius, let the people know where they can find you again, where they can watch you roast people in the front row.
In the back row.
In the back row.
You can get me on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at Demetrius L. Jackson. And then on YouTube, you can find me at Coastal Comedy Network. All the sketches are produced by me. So
there it is. Autumn, you don't want me to put in the description?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just throw that in there.
All right, this has been another episode of Cloth Talk Podcast. If you fuck with this podcast and this guest, make sure you go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss out on dope episodes. Again, make sure you follow Demetrius. Fuck with him. If you are following him on IG, you see the tour dates, and if he's coming to your city, make sure you pull up, show him some love. Don't sit in the front or the back. Sit in the middle. You probably be safe there in the corner.
But like,
because I'm on the prowl.
Right.
I'm a shark in the fucking water.
Just don't be suspicious.
Right.
Don't wear a scarf.
They stand out like a sore thumb.
Just pray.
To my artists out there, if you want to get your music played during the breaks on the pod, send that to clothtalk5@gmail.com. Also, if you want to send questions to be entered into the lovely red bowl for future guests, send those to the same email. That is clothtalk5@gmail.com. We'll see you on another episode. Peace.